Let's kick things off with this really powerful idea that's at the heart of our story today. The idea that knowledge isn't something you just hoard for yourself. Nope. It's more like a torch, and you have a real responsibility to pass it on.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into the story of Raman, a young boy from a tiny village in the hills of India. He has this incredible dream of becoming a scholar, but that dream is about to smash right into the hard wall of reality. And that collision, well, it's going to force him to figure out what his education is really all about.
All right, so let's meet Raman. And you got to understand, he's special. He is the very first person in his entire family, in his whole village actually, to learn how to read. So picture this. His day-to-day world is all about survival, cutting wood, farming, but in his head, he's off with ancient heroes, living inside these incredible, epic stories.
And this is where the tension really starts to build. Raman is obsessed with these grand tales of the past, but his schoolmaster, Munaswami, he's worried. He's thinking, okay, great, you can read about heroes, but how are you going to sell wood at the market if you can't even do basic math? To him, Raman's dream looks like a recipe for practical failure.
But his father, now he sees things totally differently. For him, a simple woodcutter, Raman's reading isn't some silly distraction. It's everything. It's a beacon of hope, a way for their family to finally tap into a world of knowledge they've never had access to. It's their chance to build something new.
Okay, so you have this incredible hope, this beautiful dream, but reality has other plans. The hill season starts to wrap up, which means the tourists, the merchants as they call them, are all leaving. And when they pack up and go, so does the main source of money for the whole village.
And you can just see how quickly it all falls apart. It's like a domino effect, right? It's not just one bad thing. It's this awful chain of events. His dad's cart breaks, the tourist season ends way too early, and then, poof, the family's savings are just gone. They're pushed right to the edge.
And that leads to this heartbreaking moment. His father has to make an impossible choice. He announces with this quiet, heavy finality that the dream is on hold. Raman has to drop out of school. He needs to start working so the family can eat.
But even in this incredibly tough moment, as he's about to leave to find work, his dad gives him one last piece of advice. It's like he's begging him, don't let this awful situation kill your spirit. Hold on to that dream, even when you can't see the path anymore.
So it really makes you wonder, right? What do you do when survival means giving up on the one thing you're passionate about? How do you keep going when it feels like the world has just slammed every single door in your face?
So it's not just about losing his spot in school. It gets worse. He starts to lose his place in his own community. See, being the first to do something, it can be a lonely road. It can make you an outsider in the only home you've ever known.
And you know what's crazy? His uncle basically called it. He warned them from the beginning. He said, look, this education is going to change him. It's going to set him apart, and he won't really be one of us anymore. He knew that being the first is never, ever easy.
And just like that, his uncle's warning comes true. Jesa Dasen, who is his best friend, starts turning on him. You can almost feel the resentment, can't you? He feels like Raman's leaving him and their world behind, so he lashes out with these cruel jokes.
And this phrase, it becomes this constant, painful reminder that he's an outsider now. The very thing he was so proud of, being a scholar, is now being thrown in his face as an insult. It's just a brutal reminder of the price he's paying for being different.
So at this point, things look pretty bleak. I mean, his dream is shattered, his friends are gone, his family is struggling. But then, right when he's at his lowest point, a door opens. And it's from a place he never would have expected.
He runs into an American teacher, and it turns out she's stuck at home with a broken leg. She's in the middle of writing this incredible book about all the local wildflowers, but she can't go out and get them. She needs someone to be her legs, her eyes, her hands. And for Raman, this isn't just a job, it's a lifeline.
Now, his first try is kind of a disaster. He just brings her a bunch of wilted flowers. But she doesn't get mad. Instead, she teaches him something vital. It's not about just grabbing stuff, it's about care, about method. He learns to preserve the entire plant, roots and all. This isn't just a job anymore, it's an education in patience and paying attention to the details.
And this is a total game changer, because it's not just about the money. He gets to go inside her house, and what he sees just blows his mind. Books, everywhere, floor to ceiling, more books than he ever knew existed in the entire world. And in that moment, that spark, that ambition he thought was dead, it's back.
And hey, it doesn't hurt that he's getting paid, right? He earns a whole rupee for his first successful delivery. Now, that might not sound like a lot to us, but for him and his family, it's a huge deal. But more than that, it's validation. It's proof that his skills, the attention to detail, the willingness to learn, the very things that made him a scholar, actually have real value.
Okay, so this brings us to the real heart of the story. Because this job collecting flowers, it ends up being about so much more than that. It's about to teach him the true purpose of learning anything at all.
As they talk, as he works, he starts to put the pieces together. He realizes, wait a minute, my dream of being a scholar wasn't just about me escaping my village. He finally sees that knowledge isn't something you just keep for yourself to get ahead. It's a tool you're supposed to use to build something better for everyone.
And that's the big aha moment. His transformation is complete. He finally gets it. The quote we started this whole thing with, that's what he's living now. He understands that his unique gift, his ability to read, comes with a profound duty to his people. He has to teach so they can teach and the whole community can rise together. And it all comes down to this one simple question the teacher asks him. And what then, Raman? It sounds so basic, but it changes everything. She's not asking about his next job. She's asking, what's your purpose? What are you going to do with everything you've learned? It's the question that turns his personal dream into a mission for his whole community.
And, that question really isn't just for Raman. It's for every single one of us. It challenges us to look past the grade, the degree, the job title, and ask ourselves that same thing. Once we've learned something, once we have the knowledge, what then? What do we do with it? That's a pretty powerful thought to end on. Thanks for joining this explainer.